Hello everyone, this is the big list of shorty recommendations tag. Okay, the name is a bit of a mouthful, I understand, but we've come here with like full disclosure, okay, if you know what I mean. We want to be open and honest and clear about what we're doing here, which is building a massive list of amazing short books for Shorty September and for the rest of the year, purely for selfish purposes, because I would like to use your knowledge, past experience and expertise to build my TBR for the rest of the year. Thank you. Okay, so this tag, as the host of Shorty September this year, me, Marcella and Karen were thinking, oh, we should do a tag, right? And the idea of the tag is very simple, very quick, very easy, okay? It's a shorty tag for Shorty September, which is we're looking for 3 to 5 short books you would recommend to the people who are trying to build their Shorty September reading list, okay? It doesn't necessarily have to be your top 5 favorite shorties, okay? Like, my god. I think on my storygraph stats, it said something like the vast majority of books I've ever read were under 300 pages. Like, I tried to, last year before Shorty September, I tried to come up with the top 10 of my favorite shorties, and I got to about top 40 and then quit. It's too hard, and we're not looking to do that. This tag is meant to be like quick, easy, fun, okay? So just any 3 to 5 books under 200, 250-ish pages that you would recommend to somebody looking for a book for Shorty September or something like that. Just off the cuff, you know, ones that are on your mind immediately, ones you've read recently, like ones you saw in the news, ones, you know, that you were reminded of from a movie or something. Just make it quick, make it easy. Then film a video, tell us about them, okay? And then add them to our list. Okay, we have a physical list. I'm gonna put it down below. Okay, you can click on it, it goes to a drive, and it's editable. You can add in. So put in the name of the book, like the author, what your YouTube name is. If you have a video and you want to share that video with us, it's a good way for us to find your video as well. If you don't have a YouTube like channel or whatever, that's okay. Just put the books in anyway. Like, you can just leave that part blank, you know, like we're still super interested in the book recommendation itself, okay? And then we can sort of access it later on. Just like go in there and be like, oh, I was thinking, what was that one? Boom. It's on a list. Okay, and then in your video, tag like 2-3 other YouTubers or people who then might want to do the video and add to the list. Boom. Okay, so the books that I'm gonna add to this tag, I've got 4 of them in mind, right? And they're just ones that I liked, that I've thought of, that I haven't talked about a lot. So I didn't read them in Shorty September ever. I didn't read them in Dowython ever. Like, they haven't popped up on any of my like top 5 video lists or anything. Like, they were just good, and I don't think I've ever said anything about them. Like, I think if you like watch my channel, you know that I bang on about like the same ones over and over again, and I promise to do that. I very specifically took those out. Okay, so the first one that I'm thinking of is Bottled Goods by Sophie Van Loon. I think that's how you say it. Like, I think she's Romanian and the book is Romanian, or like set in Romania, but I don't think it's a Romanian name, is it? If it was a Welsh name, it'd be like Llawn, but it's not. Anyway. Okay, so it takes place sort of in Soviet-ish times, right? This woman is living in Romania and her brother has defected. Someone in her family has defected, and it's put a lot of heat on her and her husband and her family. Like, the secret police are like popping around all the time to sort of check on her. They're like tailing her. They're all up in her business. It's putting a strain on her relationship with her husband. So she's got to do something. She goes to her auntie, and her auntie, like, this book is like very sort of tuned into like old school Romanian folklore. So I feel like I have an auntie like this. I feel like everyone has an auntie like this, to be honest. The kind of auntie who's like, when something goes wrong, they take a saint statue and they like bury it upside down in the front yard, you know? Or like take a saint statue and put a doily on it and like put it in the windowsill with a cup of water. Anyway, because this book is like a sort of magical realism sort of element sort of book, what the auntie does then gets her results, and sort of like some weird stuff goes down because of this like auntie's like folklore based sort of like witchcraft stuff going down. Anyway, so good. Okay, next one I'm gonna do, and actually I think Karen might have already said about this one recently, but we just both like it, so I'm just gonna also say it, okay? It's called A Man Named Doll by Jonathan Ames or something. I very recently have come across a comment on my channel for someone who was talking about another Jonathan Ames one. I'm gonna read it immediately because it's Shorty and I love that guy. Okay, but this one, Man Named Doll, it's like a sort of like modern noir, you know? He's like a PI, you know, but he's the perfect sort of PI. I love this guy. I love these kinds of PIs, right? Where they're not here because they want to be here. You know, they're not all up in this guy's business, solving this mystery because they want to, because they care. You know, they got to get paid. They got problems. They got a pill addiction. They got an ex-wife. They're paying alimony. They got to feed their dog. They're here because they have to be. But also, maybe secretly they also care a little bit. You don't know. Okay, so this guy, his name is Hank because his name is actually Happy Doll. And obviously, when you're like a noir-ass PI, you can't be called Happy. So he's Hank, right? He's like ex-services, ex-cop. He's moonlighting as a security guard for like a Thai massage place. You know, he's taking care of the girls, okay? But a mystery sort of rolls into his lap that he can't say no to because it's a friend. And then something happens to the friend, okay? But he's got to do something without getting his nose in too far. Because again, pill problem, ex-wife, dog he's got to feed. He's got like a Chihuahua cross dog who's his wingman. There, like, to be fair, if you were reading for Shorty September, there is a prompt to do with an animal character, so this would be perfect for that. But it was so good. And I think there's 3 of them. Like, I've only read, I think, 2 in this series, so there might only be 2 in this series, but there might be a 3rd one, if there is. Man, I'm gonna read that crap so fast. Okay, the next one, I read it first of all when I was a child, because it is actually a child's book. But I feel like it's deeper than that. It's a classic, okay? And for that reason as well, people get really weird about it. I feel like it's really polarizing. I was reading this one review once of this guy who, oh my god, he was like making this case for, I don't know, how it's bad for you because it presents like a duality of morality. Like it only presents like 2 options, and sort of presenting to children like a black and white duality for morality is like just as dangerous as not giving them any morals at all. And like that's gonna churn. Like I'm gonna be thinking about that quite a while. But anyway, I read it first of all. It's called, The Giver. Everyone's heard of The Giver, right? By Lois Lowry. I feel like everyone's read this in school. And you read it as a 5th grader and you're like, oh, this is really cool because the kid is special. That's why we love books like that, man. Like the kid, he was pulled out of all of the other kids and made to be special. Like, so we dig it when we're in 5th grade. But then read it again as adults. And if you haven't done it, I feel like you should do because it's going to mess with your mind. You find out, it's like so much deeper. It's basically this kid. He is in a society where there's only like contentment. You know, there's no extreme happiness, no extreme sadness, nobody gets sick, nobody dies slowly, there's no tragedy, there's no trauma, there's no passion, there's no like love, you know. All of the families are sort of separated apart so that kids are living with people who aren't their parents, and they're given a job when they turn 12. And the job that they're given like meets the society's needs in a very basic way. Like it's all very dun laid out. But this kid, our narrator, at 12 years old, he finds out that his new job is to like be the receiver, or like the new giver. He goes to the giver, like no one's ever heard of it before. They're like, the giver, the receiver, what? Because if anyone knows about it, it's going to give away the game of the whole society, and then it's going to collapse. Basically, the giver is the holder of all those memories and emotions and everything that make people human. They've like taken people's humanity away to sort of protect them from all the bad parts of being human, but also in order to protect them from the bad parts, they had to take away all the good parts as well. And once this kid finds out that he's basically been, you know, forced to give up all the best parts of being human, he's fuming. He's fuming, and he's like, I gotta do something about this. But I found that like this will just like have you thinking. Like thinking and thinking and thinking, like loads of times I'll just be sat down like on the bus or whatever and be like, oh my god, like that's like the giver, and then just think about the giver again. Like about, I don't know, it's like really quite comforting, I think. It's so comforting to think this awful thing happened because all of those years of amazing things you know? Like, I had years and years and years of the most amazing happiness, and now this horrible thing has resulted from that. But, you know, it was worth it, because humanity just is like that. Humanity's complex, and like, what's the obverse of that? Like, we just live in a society that's great and we don't have any of that? Like, obviously not, bro. Okay, the last one I got is like a bit heavy on the pages, so I think it's like 230 pages or something, so it's getting up there. And it's a weird one, but stay with me, okay? It's called Horrorstor by Grady Hendrix. And I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. Oh, it's horror. I'm not into horror. I don't like that. Okay. I also didn't used to like that. But this is the book that changed it for me. It turned it around for me, because it's not just like scary. Oh, Stephen King. It's like funny, creepy, scary. Like, it's like pop horror. This like new thing that's sort of splashing into bookstores everywhere. Like this sort of like watered down horror. Like, is horror that's watered down with other genres like humor or literary fiction or fantasy or whatever, that like makes it more palatable than like the hardcore, like old school horror of the 80s. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so I've made my case for that, but now just like, okay, so this book, Horrorstor, is based on the idea of a IKEA catalog in a haunted IKEA. So this guy, like, and the person who's working at IKEA, like, the real horror story is just working retail, is basically this idea, right? But loads of things keep going down at this IKEA. Like, they'll come in the morning and it'll just be completely flooded, or like all of the chairs will be missing, you know, or everything's destroyed, and they can't figure out who's doing it or why. So a bunch of employees, including our main person, they volunteer to stay the night and sort of figure out who's doing this. And actually they discover that it's not anyone normal. It's because the IKEA is haunted. It was built in the middle of nowhere on cursed land. Okay, and I think that, like, even if you're not into horror, you should maybe give it a go. Get it from the library or something, so that if you're like 4 pages in and you're like, actually, absolutely not, you haven't spent any money and you've supported the libraries. Okay, and I'm gonna tag 3 channels, just 3 channels that I watch quite a lot, and I know that they're interested in doing Shorty September. But if I don't tag you and you want to be tagged, like, I think Marcella and Karen will also tag people. But if nobody tags you for this tag, like, just do it anyway, bro. Just like put a comment under my thing being like, oh, I've done this tag too, do you want to watch it? And I'll like definitely watch that as well. Just add your stuff to the list, doesn't matter, you don't have to be tagged. Okay, I want to tag Carrie Books, Ellen May Book Club, and Baccarat Danielle. As well, if you are having a hard time accessing the list, like Marcella said, she has a hard time getting the list on her phone and she can't access it. If that's a problem for you, just like put a comment down below this, like link in like your video or whatever, and tell me what the ones are that you want added to the list and I'll add them for you. Like, we can't deprive the population of your ads just because the apps are stupid. Okay, that's it. If you have any questions, please let me know. If not, I'll see you soon. We have a couple days left till Shorty September. Go us! Okay, see you then.